Come back to my channel. Today's lesson is all about converting between logarithmic and exponential form. But before we go into that, I'd like us to first define what is a log or what is logarithm. Okay, so this is called a log. This is called a log in short. Okay, so if n is equals to b to the power l, or n is equals to b exponent l, so if we convert this into a log form, we'll say this is log n base b, it's equals to l. I'll repeat again, this reads as log n base b equals to l, where our n is a number, b is called a base, and l is called a logarithm. Okay, so this is how we define the log. So for an example, if I have say 100, it's equals to 10 divided by 2. So if I have to convert this into a log form, because currently it's in an exponential form, if I have to convert this into a log form, how will I do that? So let's use our definition to change this exponential form into a log form. So what does our definition say? It says your n, which is this, is a number, so which means our 100 is a number. Okay, then it says our 10, which is the b in this case, our b is a base. Okay, and this 2 is our logarithm. So which means in a logarithmic form, this exponential form is going to be, let me just use another color. So it's going to be log, for n it's 100, okay, and b is the base, which is 10, okay, and our l, which is our logarithm, is a 2. So now so we've changed from an exponential form, which is that, into a logarithmic form, which is that. So this is how we're going to do it. It's pretty simple. There's nothing difficult about it, as long as you know your definition, how you define the log. Don't forget that your n will always be the number, your b is always going to be your base, and your l is going to be your logarithm. Okay, once you have that at your fingertips, it's going to be easy to solve many sums which you'll be required to convert from an exponential form to a logarithmic form, and it can be vice versa, where you are required to convert from a logarithmic form into a exponential form. Okay, but all of that requires you to understand this definition of the log. Okay, so in our next video, we're going to practice applying the definition to convert sums from exponential to logarithmic form. Thank you for listening. Do not forget to subscribe and like for more videos. See you in the next video. Thank you. Come back to my channel. So in this lesson, we're going to apply the definition of a log to convert the two sums that we're seeing, to convert them from exponential to a log form. So just to remind you, remember the definition says if you have n, it's equals to bl. So according to the definition, this here implies that the log n base b is equals to l. Okay, so when you come across a sum like that and you're required to convert into a logarithmic form, first thing that you must do, identify your b, your n, and your l. Okay, So which one is our b in this case? 3 is b. Okay, which one is our n, which is called a number? Remember, b is a base, n is called a number, so our n is 81, and l is called a logarithm, and our l is a 4. Okay. Which means the answer for this one is going to be log 81 base 3, it's equals to 4. Okay, so this will be your final answer. So now we've now converted an exponential form into a logarithmic form. So we'll do the same with this one, which is a is equals to b to the power x. So we're going to say this is log, a is our number, and b is our base, it's equals to x. Okay, this is how simple it is. So you just have to identify, in both cases, you have to identify which one is your b, which one is your n, and which one is your l. So in this case, our b, which is the base, which one is the base? Our base is b. And the n, which is the number is going to be a. And then l, which is our logarithm, is going to be x. So once you have all of these identified, you can plug them in, then you get your answer. We used the definition of a log, which is that. Okay, so we're gonna do some more just to practice more using the definition of the log. The more we practice, the better we become. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more videos. Thank you for listening. So here's another one where we are expected to convert this into a logarithmic form. So we use exactly the same strategy. There's nothing difficult. The only thing that it looks tricky is that now we're dealing with fractions. But this, you follow exactly what the definition says. And we're going to start by identifying our b, which is the base, our n, which is the number, and our l, which is our logarithmic. So in this case, our n is 1 divided by 25. Our b is equals to 5, and our l it's a -2. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. Then we're gonna say our log, then we plug in these numbers as we have them written here. So our n, which is this one there, is 1 divided by 25, and our base is a 5, and this is equals to -2, both sides by a negative sign, or by -1, which then becomes log. This becomes a positive 25, it's equals to 2. Now this becomes our final answer. Thanks for listening. See you in our next video.